Ladies and gentlemen, the long awaited, highly anticipated, I'm going into the Central Florida region for my next guest that we became friends through the United States National High School Champions League, and he's well versed in all things Champions League in Florida and with soccer in general. Ladies and gentlemen, I know I won't mess up by saying Chris, but if I say Chris Crawshaw,
It's Crawshaw.
Crawshaw. Oh man,
It's a mouthful.
man, way to go, Chris. And I, it's okay because I know that you're able to hit the rebound right in right away. That no matter what, because you, my friend, are still, after all these decades, a gold scoring leader for the state of Florida. Am I correct?
Yes, sir. For winter high school soccer sports in Florida, yes.
Man, oh man. And how long has it been?
1994 is when end of
Yeah,
my high school career.
right.
176 goals in the career.
Wow, 176. People milestone to get 100 around here, and you're going 176. Man, that's a lot of gold, sailor.
A lot of chances missed too, but hey,
Oh,
you can't score if you don't shoot, right?
well said, well said. Very humble. All right, and you have the season and career.
Correct, yes, sir.
What's your season?
76, or sorry, 74, 74.
Oh man, what we have? Oh wow, that's magnificent. And you have been so well. You're a guy's guy that you saw fit to give back to the game, and so you went and to play back at your old school. You got your license and this and that, and you were coaching your sons uh, in the same high school. Am I correct on that?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, I've lucky enough to have three of my four kids play for me at the high school that I attended as well.
Yeah. Were they like cousins? Did they both play at the same time on the same team?
The oldest came in. I got into the high school his last 2 years, so coached his last 2 years, and then number two came in, and the year after number two, number three came in. So
Yeah.
two of the guys got to play 3 years together.
Wow. Man, that's I got goosebumps. Did you enjoy the run like that?
It was it's always a blast. Ironically, obviously not just a state record, but school record at 176 goals in a career. My son, second one, he's still playing right now. Actually, he is second in the school history with 107 career goals.
Oh, baby. Wow. Did you marry up? Did you marry up?
I definitely married someone taller, so my kids get a little height, I guess.
All right. Wow, man. So that it is. Now, what do you teach at school?
Actually, I'm not a teacher, not yet anyway. I'm actually an insurance agent, so I've been blessed enough that the school allowed me to coach without being a teacher. Ultimately, my career is to retire and become a teacher at the school and kind of just finish out my career at that point sometime.
Holy cow. Way to go. Applaud you. Well, you have, I mean, the resume speaks for itself. And insurance in Florida, man, you were there every day. You're you know your business every day.
It's never ending, that's for sure, especially when it's required.
So anyway, now comes into the real meat of why you have so much information to be able to care and share with everyone about Polk County, Florida, which you're involved in. It has a promotion and relegation process. Can you enlighten? I thought I knew something about something, but I couldn't even think about. I've never heard of such a thing in high school. Can you walk me through it?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So, back when I played in high school, I came in, I want to say, year two of our county's high school soccer ever for Polk County. So I was there at the very beginning, and so I've seen the county's, soccer evolve. One of the biggest, besides the district and state tournament postseason stuff, one of the biggest games that we always look forward to was our county championships. And as someone who thoroughly enjoyed it and continued to follow it even after I was out of high school, someone doesn't keep going, eventually dies. And so down the road, years later, our county tournament just dissolved. So for me, it was like, okay, I'm coaching here. How can we bring excitement back to one, Polk County, and two, how can we put our county on the soccer map in Florida? We have some teams, but how can we, help our teams uh, get a better chance of getting into the postseason in the state tournament? So Tampa, which I've got a lot of friends in Tampa. Jim is actually a former coach of mine. Um, we saw that what they're doing in the Tampa Champions League. So it's like, let's see what we can do for our county, and how can we make it um, just a county thing only initially. And so we split our teams up. We had 20 teams in our county at the time. We had two divisions, so we did two team 10 division leagues. And as the county kind of grew a little bit and got talking, how can we make it more exciting? Um, let's go three tiers. So right now we got three tiers, 8 teams in each tier. And the idea is obviously the goal ultimately is to be up in that top tier. And so with three brackets, we created promotion and relegation within the three different levels. And the idea is that top bracket is teams that have the best chance to get into the state tournament. And you figure that's 33% of our county get into the state tournament. And that's huge for us as a county. And it took off, and, it eventually, I want to say year 4, year 5, for the first time ever, it won't be the last, but the first time ever, we had a bottom tier team promote all the way to the top bracket. Because of the league, they were able to make the state tournament, and that bumped them and got them promoted all the way up to the top bracket within a single year, which has never been done since. But the excitement of trying to stay in the where you're at, not go down, or get to the next bracket up and continue to move up, that excited a lot of our teams. And so every game now within our league actually had something to play for. It wasn't just a regular season game. And that was what we want to create that excitement that every game matters. And then with the promotion relegation process, every single team every year looks forward to the chance to win something. Even if you're at the bottom bracket, you probably have zero chance of going into the playoffs with the state playoffs anyway. Well, this gave you something to at least play for and brag about for the next year that you won. So we came up within our three-tier, bracket, that the teams that make the championship games in those bottom brackets automatically promote up a level. So you get 2 teams moving up every year at least. So it's a lot of shifting up and down for each tier, and just built that excitement. So it's definitely grown, and obviously we look at it every year, how we can make it better. That's kind of how the process started. And the next thing you know, we're creating rivalries that never existed before because teams never thought about playing each other, or bad blood, years ago, or, you went to one high school, but now you coach at another. I'm not going to play those guys. Well, now those matchups exist that you would never have had before. And it's created a lot of good, exciting, close games that teams never thought would ever take place. So that's kind of the theory behind it, and it's kind of worked out so far for us.
Wow. So let me try to regroup and see if I got my mind around this. It's got nothing to do with enrollment of your school.
No, no. As far as the tiers, obviously every state has their certain classes. In Florida we have 7 classes, 1 through 7. Now this year we're going to 6, but it doesn't have anything to do with you're the top tier. You have everybody up there's the highest, classifications. No, it's strictly based on performance and how well you play. Each tier has small schools versus big schools. It's not about enrollment. It's strictly about where you match up power to power and get the best matchups you could possibly get for your level of play. You don't want to have the big guys playing the little guys all the time, or the best versus the worst all the time. Well, this puts you in a similar category with every single team in your league. And so you have a shot to win every time you go out. You have a shot to win. And the best thing about it is if you lose every league game, because every team goes into the tournament after the league play, you still have a shot to win the tournament. That's the most exciting part. You still have a shot to win no matter what. Teams can build themselves throughout the season.
Wow. So is there anything that you might think that I glossed over, I glazed over, I'm a deer in the headlight?
It's a lot, I mean, it's I could talk about this forever. I mean, it's my baby, my creation I came up with, and not just myself. We've talked with some coaches within our area. How can we make this exciting? Talk to soccer guys, pure soccer guys that understand, and it's just our number one thing is we want to create excitement for every game. This league does it. Everybody every year has a shot to win something. This league does it. You're not stuck in a bottom or middle tier forever. You have a chance to move up, improve yourself to the big dogs. This league and this way that we do it does it. We just had a team this year. They would have won one game all season, and they had no shot of ever winning anything this year. But they came through the league tournament, and they're a bottom tier team. They won the league, upsetting the team in the final. They were literally crying like it was the best thing they'd ever achieved. And that would never happen. It's just a regular season game.
Wow. Were you at that match?
Yeah. In fact, my school is the host school for the tournament. We host the championships at our school every year. So we bring in, 6 different teams for the 3 different levels for championship games over a 2-night period. And, it was like, wow, like could not believe, one, like, okay, man, they just upset this team. And 2, look at the emotions of this team. Like, this is something they never would have experienced if they didn't have a league like this.
Wow. I just got goosebumps, man.
I get to think about it all the time, man. You'd never know. The little boys can play the big boys, and you get your chance to prove it every single year.
Yeah, man. The rules are the same for everyone. Get the ball, put it in the net.
Yeah, and just man, it's just I can talk about it all day. It's exciting to
Yeah.
watch good games, and for the last 2-3 years, we've had some amazing championship games. We've had one year we had 2 sets of games go to PKs to decide a winner. Teams you never would have thought of, and here they are battling the big boys into PKs.
Wow. What about, have you always had one place to play, I guess, the Final Fours?
Kind of, sort of. It's evolved. The first couple years we did it, we wanted to reward teams that made big playoff years. So the first year, the idea is, okay, hey, we had a couple really good teams, had great seasons. Hey, do you guys want to host the Final Four next year and split the gate and all that? Um, Ended up fizzling out because if they didn't make it, they weren't committed to it. So okay, how can we make this better? So um, just to simplify it, well, since I run everything and I'm having to do the schedules and everything else, let's just bring it all to Mulberry. And so ever since then, we've hosted all the championship games. But then the last 2 years, uh, we end up saying, hey, let's build this up a little bit more exciting. Let's have a 1 day, all day event, one field, and it's actually right where we have our state championship games at in Florida. A 1 day, six back to back games all day long of exciting semifinal games. Every bracket is there. You get to watch. You get to play in the finals. You get to stay and watch, or come early and watch the games. And when we've over thousands of fans throughout that whole day, building up to the championship games,
Wow.
and built a ton of excitement. In the final four, or the semifinal rounds, and then of course everybody rolls into Marlboro the next week for the championships.
Now, what about streaming? Do you have you found that to be through Huddle or through another avenue?
Haven't yet. So we're still building to those things. A lot of this, league, we're starting to develop a team amongst other coaches throughout the league that try to help with that. We're wanting to partner with some social media guys that come out and give us coverage on it. I feel like it's still in the infancy for us, so we're not, the final, product yet, which is good. It means
Yeah.
we always have ways to grow, and we're always coming up with ideas and ways to kind of make it bigger and better. That's kind of the next thing for us. I think really showcasing it with our National High School Champions League website's a big deal. We get to put people's, names out there. They can follow our movement. We tried last year because, again, it's all about building excitement. To me, it's all about the kids and the excitement and giving these kids a game experience that they may never get.
Yeah.
And so we try to do a quote unquote war on I-4, Polk versus Tampa. Didn't quite make it happen this last year, but this year we're looking to make it. And the idea is we take our boys and possibly girls winners from Polk County, and we host the Tampa teams. And then the following year, Tampa hosts us. And if we can get bigger brackets to it, then we want to say, okay, not just our top tier winners, let's go our top and middle tier winners play the big guys over there in Tampa and build it up and then see where that goes. Maybe we get another couple counties that want to join in and we have like a super final four in Central Florida. That's kind of a prelude to our big state championships. That's kind of the ultimate idea that what, I envision it becoming. Not a state championship, we can't replace that, but just builds excitement to games that you would never schedule, regularly.
Yeah, it is far as playing wise and coaching wise. It was kind of a bummer that the game. Uh, I mean, I rather would have just spend the time practicing than playing this game. You know, and because there wasn't the quality of the match. There was no hunger on the other side.
Yeah.
You're poking the bear and the bear ain't responding.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
It's just another regular season game. No, this is a game that means something. And that's the thing is like give each game meaning. It's just not one of your 20 you play and whatever happens, happens. And again, even the guys that have no shot at ever getting out of their own district or making state playoffs
yeah.
have a chance to win something. That to me is exciting. Every team, every year has something to win now.
That word impossible has I'm possible in it. You know,
Hmm.
and that really it thrills me. That's for no doubt. And there's a Dutchman who talks of the journey to extraordinary. You know, that when you playing soccer, man, you can. And so if you stumble, hey, don't come on. Keep your eye on the prize that you can journey to extraordinary for your whole life to hear this and feel it.
Oh, absolutely. And ultimately, down the road, maybe this becomes a recruiting situation where, we get it big enough and the event big enough that now we've got our local colleges wanting some meat in the game. They come out and see kids that maybe they don't get to see, that because kids in high school don't always play club, you know, and so now they get to maybe find that diamond in the rough, by coming to a local game that's got a big time meaning to it.
Yeah, yeah, because we've had a lot of coaching seminars, and that's one of the things that the coaches, college coaches, always is what kind of pressure are the kids under when you watch this game? When you have your video highlights, you know,
Yeah,
who was it that you played? What was it? What's that feeling, man, when you're getting heckled by the other student body, and instead of getting all twisted and everything, you get motivated to to shine.
100%, 100%. It's my ultimate goal in all this is like you said, giving back. Giving back to the game what it gave me, and it's these lifetime experiences. I know, like my school, well, we're pretty poor, um, demographically. So a lot of my kids don't have that chance to play in big time games or feel this excitement, or, so for them, this is everything to them. And like I said, that team this past year that won it all, none of those kids are ever going to go to college and play, but they got to feel something that they never would have felt any other way. Like,
Right.
to me, they felt like, man, they won the whole, they won it all for the whole city is what they felt like, and so
Yeah.
that's the excitement that I want to bring to Polk County soccer.
It's nice that you brought that up because the last year or two, Wales Certified had this little township outside, the city limits, the big county, and they won the state. And the whole city gave them a parade, man.
Wow.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. And it was like, you got to be kidding. No. And he was that top goal scorer that, hundreds of goals, and this and that. And he scored and, lit up on the final. And they were playing a team that, you know, in another way of, uh, they would clearly have lost. They may have even called, say, hey, coach, forfeit the game. We're not into this.
Yeah. Again, those building those games you never would have thought you ever play. Like me as a coach, I mean, I said it's about experience. I always look outside my area and try to, connect with guys that I grew up playing with that still coach and play them. But a lot of our, inter county teams, they don't think outside the box. They don't think about going outside and playing other teams. Like, they don't even know they exist. Well, now this creates those abilities to have these games that they never thought of. And again, it's all about getting that experience. I keep saying that over and over, but for me, that's what it was always about: creating this league, building and giving experiences to these kids, no matter what level you're at. You may never ever get that feeling ever again, or ever in your life, and you get it here.
I was on a team back in the day, and we practiced, and we looked at each other. And we said, "Man, I, I thought I was good until I saw the player that's on their bench is better than me." And he said, "Hey, man, you'll get this opportunity. Well, this is what you do. I scouted him. You clearly open. So that play came, the opportunity came, and we scored on it. And they hit the crossbar, the sidebar, the underneath the bar, and hit the whales right in the kisser. You know, is that just absolutely unbelievable. We won 1-0.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and
I don't. I've been in many of those games, unfortunately.
have you now on which side?
I've been on both. I've been on
Oh,
both, but you know, I've been lucky enough to be on the winning side most of my life.
yeah,
But yeah, there are those games like, you know, I tell my guys, you know, every year, man, guys, you're going to get in dog fights if you let this team hang around. And next thing you know, that little Chihuahua's got a lot more fight than you thought it would. And you get into those games, man, and it's like, you know, for me, I'd rather win 1-0 than 10-1 because that one goal gets you. But
yeah,
man, you get those goals, the teams you should beat pretty good, and it ends up you get out 1-0. And you're like, man, I feel like that was the hardest game we played all year because we did it to ourselves. But we let that little guy hang in and believe,
yeah,
and next thing you know, you're in a dogfight.
yeah, buddy. Well, dog, uh, just give me one more scope, one more wash of the brush for your painting.
Yeah.
You were at the Florida Stud in your years. Did you go and play other balls somewhere there, here and there? What?
Yeah, I did. I did. I was lucky enough right before going into high school. I was with the junior national program and spent a whole summer in Europe. Um, we got to play in Belgium, Denmark, Holland, Germany. We, you know, trained and played with Ajax guys. You know, one of my, you know, oh, you know that guy, Clarence Seedorf, huge European guy, played with Dutch national team, AC Milan, Ajax. Played against him actually when we were younger. Um, you know, so those guys got to play over there, and then came back here. It was ironic. Come back, you know, to the U.S. and next thing you know, my physicality was on another level, and I continued to getting fouls drawn all the time just because the level of play in Europe versus us was different. And then that just sparked me. And then tried out for the Florida State team here at the ODP program. Coach Jim Hart, he'll tell you it's a funny story. He actually cut me from that team. And that sent me to a whole other level where I turned around and dominated high school soccer after that because of that. That's a big motivation to prove everybody wrong again. Got lucky enough to play college. I stayed home to help my parents out financially. Just didn't have the money to go anywhere. So I stayed home on a full ride locally here at Florida Southern, played there, you know, got some records there, and then was lucky enough to go off and play professionally a little bit after college. Tried to go over to England. Back then, you had to have lineage to get into England and get a work visa, and I couldn't do it. I missed it by one generation. So I ended up finding a team here in Orlando, and man, we had a heck of a year. Orlando Nighthawks, man, we ran the whole country that year. We weren't MLS, we're just below that, but we knocked off MLS team. Um, and that was exciting. And then our team ended up ultimately down the road becoming the Orlando Lions, the MLS today.
Right.
So I was lucky enough to play with those guys a little bit, and still got some friends we still talk about all the time. And but yeah, it's been a journey for sure. And now I'm coaching and giving back to the game as it gave back to me.
I remember a conversation you talked about the U.S. Open, that you were able to beat a top professional squad, and that's kind of lost its luster nowadays. You can't replicate that.
It's hard. It's hard. I know the Rowdies, you know, played Orlando last season, I believe, in the Open Cup, and you know, everybody in our local area, Rowdies was the team growing up, and now they're, you know, USL Championship. They're just below MLS here, but Yeah, it's very rare now, and then I think that's part of, MLS obviously should never lose with the talent they have. But hopefully America gets it, the promotion relegation opportunities to give those smaller clubs the opportunity to compete with the big dogs. Um, that was our dream, we played. Um, and so hopefully it comes out to fruition at some point. But I think America needs it. Just helps level the playing field and gives the little guys that chance to knock off the big guy. Like you said, it rarely happens. Even today, it rarely happens. But I always look at the FA Cup in England, where every level goes through. Or the German Cup, every level goes through and gets a chance to knock off the big guy. And that was kind of what the U.S. Open Cup used to be. The kickers back in the day actually won it as a non-pro team. That was exciting back in the day. But it's hard to replicate that now.
Well, I'm here to tell you that that I know that you're a dreamer, baby. You're a dreamer, and I believe in your dream. That makes you well certified, baby. You got it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. There was no denying you, man. Sorry about the dogs, man. I woke up the dogs.
All good.
All right. Okay. Well, it's that time. Is a custom here at Whale Certified to say, hey, Chris, whatever you want to say to who you ever want to say it to, for as long as you want to say it for.
Well, I say it, I'll keep saying it. Coach Jim, thanks for cutting me. That was the biggest motivator. And we joke about it today. It's hilarious, but the soccer connections never die. Small world, but big world at the same time.
Well, you made it, man. You're in it, and you're always a source of knowledge, about it. And you got that website, with the United States National High School Champions League website, right?
But we're building it. We're getting ready to launch it. It's exciting. And eventually the idea is that everybody around the country can plug in and see what every other area is doing.
Yeah. Well, it's the tolerance stage, but it's in. You can put the address in and make it happen. So,
for sure.
Tell Big Jim, hey man, I got an idea, and Wales will back me on it. Okay.
I sure will.
All right. And the last thing is, what do you think about it? Mull it over get a guest host on the starting 11 for the United States National High School Champions League starting 11. Would you?
Yeah, no, definitely. So if we can make it work in the schedule, I'd love to be part of it.
All right.
It's again, I can talk about soccer all day. I was just telling someone today at work. I just turned 50 a couple weeks ago, and this sport's been part of my life for 45 years. It's hard to imagine that, starting out kicking a ball that I hated at 5 years old, and here I am now coaching it and giving it back again. So,
yeah. Well, I just turned 69, and I heard a lot of people say, maybe want to try that soccer because this baseball isn't working out for you.
And then you realize how much running you do in soccer. Like, man, I want to second thought that,
Yeah. All right. Well, I played gold, and I had some moments, but then I had a nickname: One Shot, One Goal Whale. Oh man! So the best to the best, and we'll be seeing each other around. All right.
Yes, sir, Kevin. Absolutely, man.
All right, then, Chris. Bye-bye. And this has been Well Certified, and you too can be well certified if you kind of try. Come on.